to Senator Roger Marshall about this and some other things. It's good to see you, Senator, as always. You know, as a Republican, how gratified are you that Americans are better informed and more fair than the Democrats in and out of the media are?
Yeah, Chris, well, great to be with you. I just, as I look at these polls here, I think it shows what happens when Republicans stick together and we say what we're going to do. And you'll contrast that to the Democrats as you're talking about all this lying. Miss Wallace there has a very, very short memory, not recalling all the people that have compared President Trump to Hitler. But I think that we often get criticized as Republicans that we're not sticking together. In this case, we're sticking together. We're keeping to our goals that, look, we want to keep the government open, but we also want to maintain a balanced budget. And I think our GOP base, when they say, yeah, they're sticking to the guns here, we want them to balance their budget. And then you see independents there also who believe that this is the number one problem that our nation faces is this national debt as well. But kudos to you guys for helping to inform America and just keeping on this and calling out the lies as you see them.
Well, yes, and let's be fair. The continuing resolution is continued Democrat overspending levels. It's nothing new, nothing's added. That's why it's really a mystery to me why the Democrats just don't sign on to it. There has been no cutting in this continuing resolution whatsoever. Oh, if only there were. Charlie Kirk's assassination, 2 assassination attempts against President Trump, the violence from BLM, the violence from Antifa. Don't get me started on the lion's share of Democrats, your colleagues there in Congress, encouraging the violence and chaos every step of the way. What do you make of the backtracking on display from Pritzker, Nicole Wallace, and their anti-American ilk?
Well, I think that they're grasping, right? I think they're shocked to see that their numbers are going down. They're shocked that Americans actually understand that the Democrats have now voted against reopening the government 13 times. That when 42 million people lose their SNAP benefits this weekend, the Democrats own that. They own Obamacare. They own the increased prices across the country of health care. Many of their policies have got us to where we are today. President Trump walks into office and he says, look, we're going to secure the border. We're going to bring the prices of gasoline down. We're going to roll back regulations. It's happening. So the Democrats are just grasping at straws. And by the way, the left legacy media wants this shutdown. That's the only thing they can talk about. They don't want to be talking about President Trump in the Far East right now, getting a trade deal done with Japan, with South Korea. He has China teed up as well. So they don't want to be talking about all these successes of President Trump.
True enough. I'm glad you brought up Obamacare. You're a doctor. The Democrats shut down the government to keep tax dollars flowing, as you know, to leftist NGOs, to illegal aliens, and to continue subsidies for that failed healthcare system known as Obamacare that we all suffer under. As I said, failed, that resulted in insurance companies raking in billions of dollars, the highest tax increase in American history, courtesy of Obamacare. 30 million were uninsured before Obamacare, and 30 million are uninsured after Obamacare. And then we all get lousy coverage that sees Americans paying more for insurance than we ever have. Yet, the Republican Party, sir, your party, instead of finally offering this country a free market alternative that actually could work, instead, your party is talking about continuing to throw more taxpayer dollars after bad. Question, has the Republican Party sold out to the Democrats' socialized medicine?
Oh my gosh, Chris, no. And first of all, we just need to go back and once again talk about what a miserable failure Obamacare has been. Healthcare prices have went up, some 400% for most people since Obamacare started. In particular, the fight today is about these $35 billion of Biden subsidies, $35 billion that we're throwing to insurance companies. This is corporate welfare. And at the end of the day, premiums are going to go up on these Obamacare plans some 18% this year, regardless of what we do. And then I haven't talked about the fraud yet. There's $25 billion of fraud in Obamacare as well. So we are wanting to fix Obamacare. We want to stop these subsidies as well. Again, $35 billion of subsidies, $25 billion of fraud. So we've yet to begin to fight. And what we've clearly said is we're not going to negotiate on these until they reopen the government. And then we got to figure out how to try to save the day. But right now, Democrats own health care. They own this horrible care that we're getting and the increased costs that are going along with it.
That's right. The country is suffering under Obamacare. In my view, it cannot be fixed. It needs to be done away with. Last thing here, Senator, new details on the extent of the Biden FBI spying on its political opponents. New documents showing the FBI may have launched investigations on 160 Republicans without any cause, looking for what leftists called election crimes. Tell me, are you among the targeted lawmakers on the list of the FBI? And what about your squishy Republican colleagues who have sided with Democrats against conservatives and against the United States for so long, like Mitch McConnell, John Cornyn, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and others? What do they say to you, Senator, when you ask them about their good Democrat friends weaponizing government against the Republican Party?
Well, Chris, this was lawfare, of course, and right, as usual, the Democrats have this psychotic projection saying that President Trump is practicing lawfare on them. But this was the original sin as well. As far as am I on the list? I was not on the original list of 8 or 9. This list of 160, I think we're still going through that to see who's on it, who's not. But all I can tell you is the FBI is in pretty bad shape. I think that Mr. Cash is trying to go through the situation, clean out the bad wood from the good wood as well. It's not easy, and it is just a crime shame. That's all I can tell you. The FBI was one of the most respected law enforcement entities in the country, and it got DEI'd. It became part of the swamp as well. It became politicized, all those types of things, and we'll do our best to clean it up.
Senator, just really give me about 20 seconds. Do you think that the Republicans who were stuck back in the 1980s and the 1970s, do you think they actually have awakened to the threat the Democrat Party poses now to this country?
I think so. I think that it's such a different day then. We didn't dream that the Democrats would want boys and girls sports, that they would get vaccine mandates, mask mandates, continuing to do this political lawfare on us as well. We never thought we would see the day. I think mostly the Democrat Party has moved way, way, way to the left as well. And that's why you see independents, union workers, some of those folks coming on back to the Republican Party. And we need to be that party for all Americans.
Senator Roger Marshall, thank you. Always appreciate the time you carve out for us here on the Salcedo Show. Come back soon, sir.